Easter Monday. Just had snow out there. Snow, dear God. But it is early for Easter this year. So there you are. So we're in to do a little bit this morning. I'll show you what I've been working on. I've been working on this one, bringing it along a bit. I've been looking at stuff on, I've been looking at different people painting and whatnot on YouTube and that. I need to have it running all the time in here before I could remember. I can't watch it up there, forget by the time I come from there to here. So I've kind of given up on it a wee, and just let's put a bit of paint on, duke around and remember some bits and pieces and just see how it goes. Find a style that kind of it works like, you know, get kind of loaded out with canvases and things like that. So we're going to have a lash at it and see what springs, and I'm quite enjoying it a bit, so it'll be alright. But best skyscape, get that thing with that for the last video. When you've seen what I'd put on, I changed it all. That's what happens with me. I change everything. Doesn't matter what. You can start away as something and it just ends up getting blasted all over the place, and so I end up with. And where it'll lead to, I don't know, because I was busy washing out. When I ended up washing out this canvas with one of the colours or whatnot, weekend off, and I ended up putting this in. So there's a painting in there somewhere, but what it's going to be I haven't got a clue at this moment. But we've done it, and I quite like the look of. So I just leave it. I'll find something that I need to actually get subject matter. What can you say? And I'm going to try various bits and bobs. See where it comes. I know it was ever there to come back, so we'll bounce around with it and flash paint on. And as I say, you must just have a go at it. And so sometimes you're going to be happy and sometimes you're not. You know, but I was away along there at the garden centre yesterday with the son, and was buying some grasses. Built some planters at the end of the decking and whatnot, so he wanted some grasses and that in. So we were at Rooking Glen yesterday morning. I said to them, we walked in, I said, oh, what's wrong? We're not Christmas yet. Normally you come in there just slightly early, but not about June or July, probably have Christmas stuff on the go. You walk in there in July, August, and there's Christmas music playing, and you've got to walk through all this bloody stuff to get to where you're going. But it's a pure garden centre now. It's you're wondering what's actually happening to it. There's not a lot of stuff in there, so I don't know whether they're getting attacked by the other ones round about. You know, Dobie's certainly opened up that big one up there in Livingston, and that's probably taking a chunk of business off them altogether. So before we went into the garden centre, we had a walk up to the allotment. There were allotments in there and whatnot. We carved this area years ago. It was old Easton's nursery, way back. He was like character and a half, him. I remember him well, like, you know. But I remember when we were setting up the allotments, I was speaking to the manageress. She said, are you interested in allotment? I saw I could be interested in allotment, but certainly wouldn't one of these ones. What's wrong with these ones? I said, well, if you look at the difference, the height difference between the large area, the field that they created the allotments in, I says, you'll notice the surrounding fields are about a foot higher. No, I says, oh yes. I says, if you look at it, I says, it's about a foot higher. Oh, I says, basically your own subsoil. I says, and before they turned it into allotments, many years before that, they had ostriches. But away at the start, when Easton had it as a nursery, they grew turf. It was the start of the turf thing, way back. They started growing turf in there. Well, you can just imagine. And then once they had kind of trees and that kind of type of standard trees and things like that, so they were doing all right, but the height, the topsoil was disappearing slowly. It was working its way down until eventually there was, I remember that year there was a demand for quality topsoil, or topsoil basically. I can't remember where they were building about, but it was pure ground wherever it was, and there was not enough topsoil, so there was good money in topsoil. Well, they stripped what was left of the topsoil off it, and or leased did it, and then sold it. So they were down on the subsoil. So they've now got hundreds of people in there with allotments on there that were basically starting away with subsoil. So you can well imagine, some of them have been very good, mind you. They've spent an enormous amount of money. I mean, you can imagine the amount of stuff they've had to put in to build this up, and the amount of stone they've had to take out for a start. So they've done extremely well to do what they've done. But as you didn't go right round it, but I had a look. One of the chaps in the village up the way there's got one. I cast my eye over it to see just how he was getting on. He was up in another year there. He just got it last year. But I told him that the story that I just told you there about, they just look at you in disbelief. I don't know whether they really understand the difference between topsoil and subsoil and what it means. In fact, I'm almost positive they don't, some of them. But they watch these programmes on the television about allotments and whatnot, and away they go. And there is some good allotments round about, Pardovan up there at Phillipston, the other side of Phillipston, and that's proper allotments on topsoil there. Hopton's got some good ones up there at Winchborough, but there's some good allotments around, and these are the ones you're looking for a start. You're looking for something with topsoil on it. Gives it a bit of a start, like. But I'd said to him to dung it up and put some ties in it first. Take the stone out, give it a year of potatoes, help break up the subsoil, and add a bit of humus to it. But well, you know, they want to grow this, that, carry on. And of course, to get to the thing with this is, well, put at the tail end of the year, put some green manure in, plant it, scatter out with that, let it grow, and this time it'll die back. You can dig it in, put something that adds to you're really looking to add nutrient and body to the soil to give it get a growing medium like that. So, but they go along there with softening, pick the weeds out of it, start again, pick the weeds out and start again. That's it, like, you know. Some of them I've actually taken, and I can't remember the size of them, they're about 10 metres by whatever it is. And if you look in there, there's a bit of a turn in there, but it's on a year-to-year basis. Rooking Glen hardly set anything up properly. There's no actual centre building, there's no toilets, nothing like that. So there's no facilities at all. There's no intention of setting anything up. They only allowed anybody to set up an association, a smallholders thing, and do it. If you look at Phillipston, it's set up properly. It's got a central building, toilets, facilities, and it's set up for the long haul listings. You know, in fact, I'm sure almost positive to get a good offer on that along there. They'll probably sell it. So we'll see how it goes. But we were along. We got some grasses, and he's planted them up and put them in the planters at the end, and he's got that sorted out. So I had some grass there, tall grass that same again. I was walking on the shore there a few years ago, and along the shoreline, and this thing caught my eye growing up just above the high tide mark, and I went, it was just a small clump, and I could see it was a grass, but I couldn't tell what it was. I still can't tell what it was, by the way, but I brought it back and put it in up the side of the workshop there, and it grew into, yeah, and spread into something impressive actually. It grows to about bloody 6 feet high, and yeah, very good. So he's taken some of that out too. We couldn't get grasses run about. We just went to to Rooking Glen because it was easier to get the trolley in and out. Toogles is probably a better place to go, but it's a nightmare. You need third party file theft if you're students, if you're going in there, like, you know. You've got to be careful not damage people and whatnot on the way through with trolleys at Dougall's, but it's a better garden centre and whatnot. And well, probably the better one for plants is probably Binny plants, but it was handy for what we were reading. We just went there. It's a lot easier to get in and out and whatnot. So that was Sunday, and a little walk round the estate after it, but busy. Lallybroch, Midhope, running from all over the world to see this. What can you say? It's been very, very successful, this Outlander. And I spent half my walk giving people directions to get to it, to get close, but there's no proper signage up to it. There's signs up for Midhope, but they seem to pass it by. It's quite a big one too, but they seem to pass it by and not notice it, so you end up redirecting them. So and they're charging a bit this year for the cars, so but it doesn't stop them. They're, as I say, they're travelling the world to see this. And I met a young couple from Germany yesterday who got lost. Very much into it, like, you know, better grasp of English than I have of German. I find I've no grasp of German at all, like, you know. So it always amazes me how these people have a better understanding of our language than we do of theirs, but I think that's probably, you know, not that far travelled now, the Scots, you know, maybe nowadays, but compared to one time now, so we don't really get far from the beaten track. But I maybe have a wander down the day, how they've got security boys on, that kind of thing down there, so, but there's not a lot to see. They'll probably be disappointed when they come to it. It's all smoke and mirrors down there. They've been down a little while back there filming, only for a day or so, so there wasn't really that much there, but they tell me it's still going, and they're still filming away. There's so many books to go yet, so we'll just wait and see what happens. But it's certainly brought a lot of money into Scotland, and round about this area in particular, is, you know, with Black Ness and Midhope and whatnot. I was talking to Graham, who's the custodian at Black Ness, and he was saying that their footfall is up quite considerably since it started. So, but that's it. So anyway, get back to the painting. I never know if I get back. More talking than painting. Well, fair enough. We'll stick it in there and see what happens. But as I say, the last one you could see with the sky, I started off, but then I said, oh, I'm going to change this because I'm not going to copy exactly what's went before. I'm going to make it different and try and not have identifiable as any one particular thing. We'll just find out if we can make it flow a bit. So we'll leave it at that. And as I say, I'm going to add something to it. I'm not sure what. You'll probably see that next time. Right, we'll catch you again. Cheers.